I both agree and disagree with the statement that um, disability is a social construct. So that is a really hard term to like break down because there are so many different kinds of disabilities. There's mental, physical, like learning disabilities. Not all of them are as apparent as others. Um, and I think where people like get the idea that it's a social construct um, is because there's a lot of stereotypes when it comes to people with disabilities that they're not able to do things for themselves. They're not able to like lead normal lives, like, which is completely untrue. But I think that's where a lot of the social construct aspect um, is associated. I would say like yes, it is a social construct in some ways because there are limitations, that vary person to person, and like a lot of the way people think about disabilities, like the way they're thought about in society is that they're very negative, which I also don't believe to be true 100% of the time. But people see it as something that really like degrades a person, and I just don't believe that. So I think when it comes to the social construct, it's it's what people believe it to be, and a lot of people have different definitions of what it means to be disabled or to have a disability. But then I also, there's a side where I don't think that it's a social construct. I mean, it is an actual thing, like disabilities exist, but they're not always negative. They don't always like impact a person negatively. Sometimes, it helps the person to grow and just like learn more about themselves. And there's, like I said before, like with people not really believing that it's like that they lead like normal, healthy lives. Like there is no normal per se. And what I think is really interesting is like one of the readings from class. It was the Finkelstein's reading, and in that one he mentioned the idea of the upside down world, where the people in wheelchairs are considered the able body and everybody else is considered disabled. And to really see like what that is, like it just makes you think about it in such a different way. Like, why do we consider these people disabled? Because they don't have a certain ability, or they have limitations to what they can do, and I don't think that's really right or fair, and I think that really plays into the social construct idea, because we often base like stereotypes and just ideas of people based on what they can do and what their limitations are. And then in the Jones reading, when they talk about living with a disability, there's a quote that so in spite of prevalence of disability in society, relatively little is known about the disability experience. And that is something that I think is so true. Like, me as an able-bodied person, I have no idea what it's like for a non-able-bodied person. So for me to play along into the social construct that it's like that there's a lot of negativity, and that disabilities are like bad, that I think that there's just so much we don't know, so it's not really fair to say that it is or isn't. just because there's so much like said about both. I think unless we can like, you know, walk a mile in their shoes, like we'll never really know. But at the same time, the way that we view disabilities in society now, I think that social construct is there, but it's not right.